Thanks for joining us for a Friday Forum of the City Club of Portland. I'm Greg McPherson, President of City Club. Before today's Friday Forum program, we will hold the annual meeting of City Club. City Club operates on a year ending on May 31, with officers and members of the Board of Governors elected for the new year at an annual meeting held in June. While 2016 is City Club's centennial year, I have been unable to determine that the May 31 year end goes all the way back to the founding of the club, but suffice it to say that it has applied for the 36 years that I have been a member, and its origin is lost before that in the mists of Portland. According to City Club's bylaws, the first order of business at the annual meeting is the election of officers and other members of the Board of Governors. As also provided in the bylaws, a nominating committee was appointed in March and announced to the membership. The committee was ably chaired by John Horvick. It nominated the following officers for the coming year: Sal Nutor, President-elect; Felisa Higgins, Secretary; David Thompson, Treasurer. Felisa and David were nominated to continue for a second year in those offices. Sal currently serves on the Board of Governors. The committee also nominated the following members to vacancies on the Board of Governors, including the vacancy created when Sal Nutor becomes President-elect. Those nominees are Carol Collymore, Colin Jones, Mary McPherson, Nicole Maher, Sharon Van Sickle Robbins, Eli Wall, and Lisa Watson. Under the bylaws, other candidates for any of these offices or board positions could be nominated by 10 club members. No such nominations by members were received this year. Therefore, I move that the individuals named by the nominating committee be elected to the offices and Board of Governors positions for which they have been nominated. There is a second. The motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Then we'll proceed to vote. Will all those in favor of the motion to elect the nominated individuals signify by saying aye? Aye. Those opposed say nay. Motion carries. I would like to thank several members of the Board of Governors whose terms have now ended. They are Karen Curvin, Mike Jones, Zeke Smith, and Mari Watanabe. Please show our appreciation for these capable City Club leaders. This annual meeting brings to a close my year as president of City Club. I'm pleased to be able to say that City Club remains the community's leading civic affairs organization. Friday forums showcase important issues. Other forums extend the club's reach both in topics considered and locations. Research reports provide in-depth analysis. Civic scholars from disadvantaged high schools attend City Club events, and informal gatherings offer networking with others who are civically engaged. All this depends on the talent, energy, and generosity of City Club members, with the able support of club staff. Expanding and energizing the membership has been a major push this year. The number of members moved past the 2,000 mark, up about 30% from several years ago. All those members are important since their dues provide most of the resources necessary for City Club to operate. The members who also join committees or volunteer in other ways on City Club projects add even more to its impact. City Club's membership is becoming younger and more ethnically diverse, along with the Portland region generally. This evolution assures that the club remains vital and relevant to the concerns and aspirations of the community. At the same time, the arrival of 2016, City Club's centennial year, offers an opportunity to celebrate its great traditions. In February, the club issued a report titled A Century of Influence after reviewing over 1,000 research studies done in its first 100 years and identifying those with the greatest impact. In April, we launched the Centennial Observances at a lunch featuring editorial cartoonist Jack Oman. Further events in recognition of the 100-year milestone are being planned. Stay tuned. The end of the club year offers the opportunity to recognize several members for special service. As a membership organization, City Club depends on volunteer labor to do much of its work. Without the countless hours devoted by members, this organization would not survive, let alone grow and prosper for over a century. It is now my pleasure to name as Member of the Year, one of those awards, Tony Tabora Roberts. Tony has been a hardworking member of the Friday Forum Committee this year, served as a civic ambassador as part of the Civic Scholars Program, and helped organize an Art in the Office program at City Club Commons. Tony, please come up to receive the Member of the Year Award. Next is the Research Award, to be given in recognition of extraordinary commitment to research and its role in civic engagement. The Research Award this year goes jointly to two members, Carolyn Harris Crown and Nicole Pexton. Carolyn just completed a term on the Research Board. While on the board, she served as advisor to the research committees on juvenile sex offenders and minimum wage. She previously chaired the Research Committee on Partisanship in the Oregon Legislature. She made time for this work while raising a family and maintaining a demanding legal career at the Tonkentorp Law Firm. Carolyn exemplifies the commitment to the principles of disinterested research that are at the core of City Club's mission. Carolyn, please come up to receive the Research Award. Nicole Pexton also has gone above and beyond this year on the Research Board. Nicole shepherded the Housing Affordability Report to completion. If Nicole had not been on hand to provide significant help writing and editing, the club might not have been able to produce a report on this important current topic. Nicole could not be with us today to receive her award. Finally comes the President's Award, to be given for outstanding service during the club year. This year, the award goes to Ted Kay. Ted is a longtime member of City Club who has devoted tremendous time and energy to it over many years. In addition to that ongoing work, Ted stepped up to two additional major undertakings during the club year just ended. First, he serves as co-chair of the Centennial Committee. In that role, Ted reached an agreement with the Oregon Historical Society to safely store and curate the club's document collection, and he oversaw the study of past research reports to identify the most influential ones. Second, upon the departure of the club's finance director mid-year, Ted, a former treasurer of the club, volunteered full-time in City Club's offices for a number of weeks to facilitate the transition. Ted has been given the President's Award before, shared with another member some years ago. His efforts on behalf of this club, the club this year, are so extraordinary that I am delighted to give him this unshared award. Ted, please come up to receive it. This brings to a close my year as president of City Club. It has been a privilege to lead the club into the centennial year and to see its bright future going forward. I will now turn over the reins to Courtney Nelson, who the members elected a year ago. As the last president of City Club's first century, I take great satisfaction in handing them to a new generation. And to add a personal note, in March, Courtney delivered her first baby, Helen Michael Nelson Cox, doubtless a future City Club member who I believe is in attendance behind her today. Please welcome President Courtney Nelson to the City Club podium.
Good morning. I'm going to step out here and be in front. I wanted to start by giving a big thank you to Greg, who has been a longtime City Club member and has devoted countless hours to City Club. So thank you very much, Greg, for your service and commitment to our organization. I wanted to reintroduce myself to everyone. I haven't been around the club very much in recent months, and as Greg mentioned, it's because we had our first daughter here in March. She just turned 12 weeks old. She is here in attendance up front with my husband and my parents, her grandparents. If you hear some squawks, it's only because we're good City Club parents, and we've taught her to voice her opinions early. So a little bit about me professionally. I work in the energy industry, in the renewable energy space, selling wind power, solar power across the U.S. And additionally, my husband and I own a small business. We have a craft beer bar, the Growler Guys, that's just across the river in the Central East Side Industrial District. So I think this makes me sort of a different face to be up here as your president, and I'm really excited to be kicking off my year of serving in the middle of our centennial year. I wanted to share briefly my thoughts on what I've been thinking about and what I want the club to focus on in the year ahead. If any of you were here for the Jack Ullman event a few weeks ago, you heard Lisa Watson, our MC, and now we're very lucky to have her serve on our Board of Governors. She shared some of the principles that our founding fathers, all men, had for the club, and I think they bear repeating here today. Our first members aim to, quote, bring together congenial, forward-looking people of divergent beliefs, politics, and occupations. Our club slogan 100 years ago was harmony through diversity. Harmony through diversity. I find that astonishingly and hugely relevant for where our club is 100 years later. And it's something that I think is really important to think about. Our city's changing, we all know that. We see it with the cranes in our skyline. We see it with new faces moving to town and impacting our real estate market. We see new businesses opening, companies relocating their headquarters to Portland. We are a city in transition, which I think is incredibly exciting, incredibly interesting, and of course brings challenges with it, but it also brings opportunities. And as we think about who we are as Portlanders and who this city is, the thing to think about is, what does that mean for us as City Club? As we aim to be as relevant and as influential in the next 100 years that we've been in our first 100 years. So I challenge each of you to think about that. Harmony through diversity. What does that mean for you? What does that mean for your engagement in City Club, with the programming, with the research, with the speakers, just with the conversations that we have with each other at all the various events? I think it's something that if we work together and think very carefully about, we're going to find some really interesting avenues for us to explore and work together. You'll see on the slides that are rotating here, I've put my email address up there. It's just Courtney@thegrowlerguys.com. I welcome any emails, any comments, anything that you'd want to chat about in the year ahead. I may be slow to get back to you, given I don't really know what this working mom thing is going to be like, but I promise I will respond. And I just wanted to close with a big thank you. City Club is a membership-driven organization, which means without members, such as each of you around the room today, we wouldn't be here. So thank you for your commitment to City Club. Thank you for your dedication. And I really look forward to working with you, our staff, our executive director, and our incredible Board of Governors over the year ahead to make this a really great year for City Club. So thank you very much.